Welcome back to YIIK, Y2K. Oh, hey, Raven.
Hey, I'd be inclined to say that I'd pronounce it YIIK if I had to, as though there were a theoretical singular to yikes. And that guy's gone. Was that Gengar in the foreground for a second there?
That did absolutely look like Gengar, and when I played this, I kind of had to do a double take.
So, okay, yeah, to our viewing audience, despite everything, you've decided to come along for episode 2. So, I don't know, would you say what's your take on whether the monologue coefficient is going to go up or down given time?
I am expecting that it will go up.
Well, that's a shame. I hope you're wrong.
Oh, me too. Keep in mind, I have not seen anything past this point. I'm very committed to the blind LP.
That makes 2 of us at least, and the game had the courtesy to reward that exploration with a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I thought there was more exploring to do up here. I was kind of not sure what the deal was with the purple stuff. I thought the red stuff was also lava, but apparently it wasn't. So yeah, let's go see what Ghost Lady's up to.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's gone too.
So yeah, terrible music is what it is. I can get that they're kind of going for some of the weirder tracks on the Earthbound soundtrack, but
this one in particular has that kind of moonside swing vibe. That is one smart cat.
All right, there's a bit of trickery to this. I kind of like the particle effects on the dust.
Oh yeah, I think that's actually a very nice looking effect. This game's aesthetic would be really nice if they did more to really bring it out.
I assume you were just healing at a water fountain there?
Yeah, heal thyself.
That's a interesting touch.
Yeah, no, I actually think that's pretty neat. Well, after the cat.
I stepped into the elevator, expecting to find the cat.
Oh, please don't.
I scanned the dark floor.
It's happening.
I sighed as the elevator began to shake, vibrating with motion.
Vibrating with motion. That's a...
The elevator came to a smooth but unexpected stop.
He seems very horrified at this.
I cringed with anxiety as the lights flickered.
He cringed with anxiety.
Please don't die. Please don't die. I pleaded with the mechanical gods to keep the power on. My prayers weren't answered. Damn it! The power's out. I need to find the stairs or a fuse box.
Okay, he's freaking out about being stuck in an elevator. Oh, but he's not stuck in the elevator.
No, he's not. He got out. That's what makes this weird.
I definitely understand if he was trapped in that elevator. I've gotten stuck in one of those before. It's not fun, even if you know someone's out there.
Yeah, and it's not as interesting because you're not in an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
I consider myself quite fortunate for that. And again, not a bad effect, the eyes following you around back there.
That's actually a neat effect. I thought that we could activate that because that's obviously some sort of puzzle or something, right? Okay, background audio getting a little better for combat.
Again, not bad touches in terms of seeing the enemy literally guarding the door with his shield there.
Four-hit combo.
Very nice.
This was completely by accident, but that animation's still underwhelming.
At times, the lack of effort shines through.
I got greedy.
Oh well. Happens to the best of us. I was mentioning previously that they're going for the whole Shadow Heart's Judgment Ring thing here with the use of the record like that. I can respect the fact that from a stylistic perspective, they actually have the record spinning as opposed to the needle as it was in the Judgment Ring system, but I'm also wondering what's theoretically stopping someone from just hitting that red zone over and over again and just scoring an infinite combo off that one attack.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a robot, so I can't do it. Unfortunately, this Gengar ambushes us while we're at the water fountain, so...
You're able to get the heal at least, and unfortunately we have a slightly underwhelming battle track here, it seems.
Yeah, no, it just seems to be weird. It may decide to get me something that, really amps me up. Those lyrics were on fire.
No doubt.
Also, I really like how when you get item drops, for some reason all the text scrolls really fast, so you can't read any of it. I don't know if that's a bug or not. If we don't want to play the combat, the game will give us a tool to avoid playing the combat. It knows what's up.
That's fair. Many RPGs that are coming out these days should give you some kind of slightly more elaborate avoidance mechanism, or just straight up gate the random encounter system.
But so far, there's just not much else to occupy me here. I'm definitely not here for the story.
Hey, who's there? Don't come any closer. I'm armed.
Relax and quiet down. It's me, Panda.
Oh god, it's Discount Teddy.
Yes, it is.
I came here to help you. I'm always
His voice
there for you
is
when you need me.
remarkably tinny.
That's good to hear.
They ran one too many noise reduction passes.
My primary use is as a barrier. I can block oncoming enemy attacks and create barriers between you and many other
Okay, that's
obstacles.
interesting.
My metal shield makes me very heavy, so you can use me to hold down switches and to clear small gaps by stepping on my head.
It's interesting that they're explaining these mechanics, but I feel like wouldn't it be better
You can
to
press circle to summon me.
introduce them first and
Remember to
then
press
provide
circle
this
again to call me
explanation?
back.
Also,
Also, remember that some
they don't
of these
actually
switches will have
change
reverse effects
what he
if you take
says.
me off.
So, press circle to summon you and press it again.
This game was voice acted just assuming that you have the PS4 version.
I hope so,
Yeah.
Alex. It's rather straightforward. However, since you were a liberal arts major, want me to explain this entire thing again?
Oh, hardy har har. Yes.
My primary use is as a barrier. I can block my... You can press circle. Remember to press circle. Also remember that...
So,
I thought it would,
I hope so, Alex.
give me something actually funny if I pressed the yes button, but it didn't.
It really says something that I was finding Panda to be one of the less kind of irritating characters thus far until he decided to throw in that dig at the end right there just because he could.
No, he was actually helpful until then.
Yeah.
Didn't you know? Having a liberal arts degree is the cornerstone of 90s humor.
Oh, you actually got an equipable item there?
Yeah, I have no idea why that's in a desk drawer, but okay, whatever. Alright, so let's go back out, and now that we've got our Panda, maybe we can figure out that pyramid Illuminati thing.
I'm also wondering, this is supposed to be a motel, but theoretically one of the rooms was just locked with the keep out sign there?
Yeah, no, that's a thing. So, remember how we said how to use the Panda, right?
Right.
I'm holding LB. Nothing's happening. Trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. I think that actually sets it to a different slot on your D-pad.
Okay.
It doesn't go well.
Well, he did say something about pressing circle and then, or whatever the appropriate button would be if they had voice acted for more than one.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to figure out if I can pull up some kind of control screen to tell me how to deploy my Panda.
It's a little weird that it seems to be just how it did effectively tutorialize everything. Yeah, as I said, that tutorial would have actually been effective if they had brought it up when you were here.
Yeah, so eventually I figure out completely by accident how to deploy the Panda.
Interesting that they give you the little marker right there to go with it.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what the red bit does, because it just goes where the circle is.
True, but I suppose it's just to denote facing, since Panda did explain that he's also there to block attacks and effects coming from certain directions.
That's true. I'm sure there's going to be a slippy slidey ice puzzle or something where we use that. I wish this game would have actually, had something I could reference. Eventually I figure out how to put the Panda on the other one, and it opens up this secret door, which leads us to this actual Illuminati space.
Okay. The eyes have it, I suppose.
I actually think this is a pretty interesting kind of landscape with the way that they're doing it, but of course it throws us into a puzzle, so we don't actually get to admire this area.
Now I'm kind of concerned that this is starting to press the switch into total weirdness way too fast. I mean,
yeah.
Again, going back to earlier comparisons, Earthbound had some pretty weird stuff in terms of fighting an alien on the way back home from your first adventure, but it did kind of build up to it in a couple of ways and waited a little bit to go into the full kind of nightmare dreamscape scenario.
Yes, and this game just seems to kind of let it go so early. I try and put the Panda down on this. I thought I was fine, but it's just the camera being weird because I can't actually tell.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go look around for a bit. See if there's anywhere else. I thought I could maybe jump on the Panda, but I can't do that either. He said you could walk on his head.
Yeah, unfortunately it seems like jumping's beyond our hapless protagonist.
There's a glitchy woman up there who I assume is the object of our puzzle. Or at least where we're trying to go.
And is the elevator meant to act as kind of a quick travel point, or?
No, and I can't go back there for some reason. It blocks me off.
Huh.
Also, the sound does not actually finish playing if you run away from it, which I think is kind of funny. I figure out how to get up here. And oh, we can say on this switch. So obviously we have to put that switch down.
Yes, but then it's a matter of how you're getting up to that door.
Yes.
Also, that switch is actually taking away from the bridge on the section underneath it, so...
Yes, it does.
Okay, I think I see how it works, but it's just a matter of getting the order of operations sorted.
I thought actually that I could press that button for some reason. But no, it just calls my Panda back to me.
Also, as I believe we've pointed out already, the whole ambient music thing it's got going on is... Well, the atonality's something, but I don't really know that it's great for trying to solve a puzzle.
No, it's not. This is one of these situations where all the other stuff they've got going on is actively interfering with me thinking about this puzzle. But I figured it out pretty quickly once the perspective issue is resolved. So let's put the ladder back here, get back up here. And then maybe put the Panda here. Grand Lantern the Panda. And that puts us up here.
All right. At which point you should just have the option of putting the Panda underneath you.
Well, the Panda's not that big. But you can drop the panda, which I did not actually figure out here until a little bit.
Again, as I say, it's a case where the puzzle is very clearly intended to kind of give you a bit of guidance in terms of the particulars of how all of these aspects are meant to interact with each other.
Oh yeah, totally.
But again, that would have been a much better tutorial to include here or in the previous room than just Panda immediately telling you all of this just as soon as you meet.
It's like, hey, you have this cool new system. Have fun. Hope you don't get any puzzles.
So we talked about this a bit earlier, but there's a subtitle to this game as well, the Postmodern RPG. We ever going to talk about that?
Maybe once we figure out what the postmodern bit is. I'm starting to think that this game is sort of confused postmodern with surreal, or Dada.
Postmodernism as a movement is more just meant to reflect the idea of, in art, the most easy definition is to say something that is, following the modernist trend of absolutes and truths, and instead trying to get at this idea of everything being somewhat artificial and constructed. And so the easiest way for something to signify postmodernism is to reflect or comment on itself, kind of acknowledge the fact that it's a construct. In this case, we're playing a video game. So I would say that, yeah, I'm not quite getting a sense of that outside of things like very clear references to other properties like Earthbound. And again, this general sense of very cheap satire. My brain is getting fried by this dialogue as well.
This is not actually helping me. Alex, just saying what the hell is going on here over and over again is not really effective dialogue. I hope you know that. Also, how do you pronounce something that's in square brackets?
I'm not entirely sure, but this game is sure to find a way. Let me add, too, that the whole eye there on the pyramid is drawn absolutely terribly.
It is. I was actually pretty freaked out about running over Panda's head. I was getting on the Panda, and then my connection with gravity just kind of started fizzling out. I was like, no.
I don't know what made me do it, but I poked the giant eye.
I'm sure this is symbolic of something, but I don't know what.
Again, it's kind of going in a Killer 7 direction.
But I still don't know what it's supposed to be symbolic of.
What the hell is going on here?
Which frankly bugs the crap out of me.
As you said, in the sense that it's perhaps a bit more reminiscent of surrealism or Dadaism movement, it doesn't necessarily have to mean anything.
I guess.
Or at the very least, the interpretation is benefited by being somewhat broad.
The elevator works now, which is nice.
You did what you had to.
I don't know if I want to go down there.
Considering what happened last time, I completely understand if you don't.
Oh yeah, he might launch into another monologue. Oh no.
Thankfully, we've been spared.
Yeah, no, we're fine.
And again, for something that purports postmodernism, apart from these monologues, he's not doing a nice summon.
Oh,
he's not doing a lot to actually comment on the nature of what he's in. Outside of that one encounter, he's not seemingly very responsive to this very strange situation he's found himself in.
No, I think one of the reasons that Alex kind of rubs me the wrong way as a protagonist is his head is clearly up his ass, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't be able to monologue like that. But it's also just how little he reacts to any of this.
Oh, Gengar wants a piece.
Yes, he does. I actually turned around because I was worried that it would ambush. I've been playing too much Tails.
Which is fair. This game actually has a very similar fight intro that Tails does.
It does, actually. I thought about that as I was playing. I was like, this reminds me of a much better game.
I believe we've established it reminds us both of many much better games.
I don't actually know what we got the bonus XP for. I haven't figured that out yet.
My guess is a certain number of hits in combat, getting your combo so high.
Probably, but, you know, a good game would have explained that to me by now.
Perhaps, or at least would have made the circumstances surrounding it a little bit clearer.
Gengar still wants a piece, but... Sparklingly Entity. There was also an Entitris over on the other side. I don't think that's a word.
No, it...
I don't have an English degree, but I don't think it's a word. So instead of Gengar, we get Ghastly now.
Sure.
Apparently he's the same kind of monster.
Again, I can sort of see a bit of diversity in the overworld generic monster design as being valuable, but it doesn't seem terribly motivated by anything other than, oh hey, we should have more than one overworld monster design.
Maybe.
I will say that I give some respect to the guy doing the fight announcer voice.
Oh yeah, no, he's trying the hardest in this game by far. One bit about this game's combat that I think is super, super good is just how long it takes before you can actually do something meaningful when you go to attack.
Yeah, the whole thing with the Judgment Ring in Shadow Hearts that made it a bit better is the fact that in the majority of cases, with a couple of notable exceptions, it was actually moving at a consistent rate throughout. Compare here where you can, as you saw, hit the same area twice in one pass, and it's just so slow to start but only speeds up with time.
Yeah, and I actually think that's a nice bit. Okay, this is definitely Moonside Swing inspired. I will give the game this. This is actually a pretty cool shot.
Yeah. And it's a slightly different flavor of surrealism, at least. Something that's... I still don't know exactly what's motivating it, but...
Well, they've replaced the Memphis patterns with generic star background. I don't know if that's an improvement, but...
I mean, I'm getting a bit more of a Quintet Illusion of Gaia kind of vibe from it.
So there are some animal cages here, which is interesting, I guess. Can't get into that chest. Oh no, there are animal bones and a shovel. I wonder what happened here.
Again, I kind of am struck by the fact that since this new weird space was actually introduced somewhat...
Who's there? Dolly, is that you?
...that it's actually kind of intriguing.
Great, another person.
Hey, I can leave if you like.
Okay, what's going on with his dialogue now? Now it sounds like it was recorded on a cell phone.
Where is here, anyway?
I was hoping you'd know. I've been lost down here forever.
Did you come through the
I think this is
elevator
actually the first character that we've
I don't
talked
know
to
what that
who's
is.
like another protagonist.
Then
It's only been, what, an hour?
where did you come from? I asked, thinking it sounded nicer than who the hell doesn't know what an elevator is?
I came from here.
Yeah,
Is
and
there anywhere else?
to her credit, she
Anyway, I've
has a
been looking for
bit
my
of
cat,
a
Ellie. Have you seen
distinct
her?
voice.
I actually like the fact that she has a voice.
I just assumed it was a boy cat, seeing as how it had a spindly mustache.
Oh god, please skip this.
And of course, he's ruining it by insisting on continuing to monologue.
I could talk to a girl, or I could monologue.
I don't know who that is. My cat just looks like Dolly herself, not another cat named Salvador.
And the fact that they're referencing Salvador Dali says that they're clearly intending to go the
No elevators.
surrealist.
I doubted she'd know her 20th century Spanish Catalan surrealist painters all that well either.
Oh, shut up. We know you got that off Jeopardy or some such.
Right, I saw a cat earlier. He had a funny mustache and crazy eyes. Naturally, my description of her beloved feline was offensive
Good
to her.
lord, dude.
Clearly, this was a woman projecting.
Is she
a
just
rather
gonna wait
strong
for you to finish her
personality
monologue?
towards cat. She took a deep breath and said quickly,
My cat has a beautiful mustache and perfect eyes. I can't imagine we're talking about the same cat.
See, again, that reaction might have been kind of interesting if it wasn't bracketed with
I told
this
her we should
nonsense.
get out of this dank basement. I waited for a moment as she processed what I said. She was a very.
It just strikes me like a writer thought
especially without being able to
having
see her face.
extended monologues isn't going to ruin my flow at all. What's really important is how the protagonist feels.
Even without saying them. What's wrong? I don't have to help. I just thought you could use an extra pair of cat hunting eyes.
Again, if I had any supposition that this was going for some kind of broad satire, it might be interesting. Maybe that's the commentary.
You can tell me anything. No judgment here.
No judgment. Great lie. I like a good liar.
Maybe we're
Hey, I'm
actually
serious.
expected to
I
just
didn't
take
mean
for
anything
granted
by
that
that.
we're supposed to get along with our protagonist and that this game is
That was
defying
unfair of me.
expectations
It's
by
just-
making him a profound
You're
jerk
always
from
using
second
me so
one.
unkindly.
Oh, I
feel
understand what you mean.
suspicious
Like, the
of
whole
everyone.
point of it is that it's playing on the
Okay.
idea that the protagonist
For
is
now, I choose
identifiable
to
and
trust
likable
you,
just
but
because they're
I
the
reserve the right
protagonist.
to decide you're just as evil
Yeah,
as
and
the
that
rest
the
of
more
the world in
distinct
the
his
future.
personality, the more,
Sounds like a
or
fair
rather,
deal.
the less engaging
My
he
name's
gets in this
Alex.
case.
Nice to meet you.
The more quirks he has, the better a character
But
he is.
Please call me Sammy. I don't know why I'm trusting you. I guess I always had a special spot for gingers.
Hey, careful with that word. That is our word.
Oh, God.
What do you mean, our word? You're weird, Alex.
Thank you.
Sorry, lame joke.
I'm really hoping that Sammy just doesn't put up with his shit, like, at all.
I'd very much appreciate that myself.
So, this is Sammy. She doesn't have anything. It's fine, I'm sure we'll get equipment for her here in a bit. She does have a heal.
I can't believe that I just noticed the fact that this game is also using the acronym PP to delineate ability points.
Yep.
I also am pretty sure I didn't use the word delineate correctly. I am very tired.
That's okay. After 30 minutes of this, I'm pretty tired too. So let's go ahead and save.
Yeah. We made it through our mandated monologue. Let's just get out of here.
Yep, a monologue a day keeps the doctor away.
I'm gonna need to see my doctor after this.